In the days when Israel had no king, there was a great famine in the land. A man named Elimelech took his wife Naomi and their 2 sons and left Bethlehem to settle in Moab, a foreign land. They hoped to escape the famine and find a better life. But life in Moab was not as they expected. Elimelech died, leaving Naomi a widow. Her 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion, married Moabite women Orpah and Ruth. For a while, life carried on, but then tragedy struck again. Both Mahlon and Chilion also died, leaving Naomi and her 2 daughters-in-law as widows with no means of support. Heartbroken and with nothing left, Naomi decided to return to Bethlehem. She had heard that the Lord had visited his people and provided food once more. As she set out on her journey, Ruth and Orpah followed her. But Naomi, knowing the hardships that awaited them, urged them to return to their families in Moab. "Go back, my daughters," Naomi said. "Why would you come with me? I have no more sons to offer you. Go back to your people, and may the Lord show you kindness as you have shown to the dead and to me." Tears filled their eyes as Orpah reluctantly kissed Naomi goodbye and returned to Moab. But Ruth, oh faithful Ruth, refused to leave. With unwavering love and devotion, she clung to Naomi and uttered these famous words, "Do not urge me to leave you or to turn back from following you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me ever so severely if even death separates you and me." And so, Ruth journeyed with Naomi back to Bethlehem, stepping into an unknown future with only faith to guide her. Now in Bethlehem, Ruth and Naomi had nothing. But Ruth, determined to provide for her mother-in-law, went out to glean in the fields, picking up leftover grain after the harvesters. She found herself in the field of Boaz, a wealthy and kind landowner who also happened to be a relative of Naomi's late husband. When Boaz noticed Ruth, he was moved by her diligence and her kindness toward Naomi. He inquired about her and learned of her loyalty. Impressed by her character, Boaz ensured that Ruth was protected while she worked in his fields, allowing her to gather more than enough grain. When Ruth returned home and told Naomi of Boaz's kindness, Naomi's eyes lit up with hope. She recognized that Boaz was a kinsman redeemer, someone who, by Jewish custom, had the right to marry a widow in the family and restore what had been lost. Following Naomi's wise counsel, Ruth humbly approached Boaz at the threshing floor, signaling her willingness to be redeemed. Boaz, a man of integrity, honored her request but explained that there was another relative closer in line to redeem her. Yet he assured Ruth that if the other man declined, he would surely redeem her himself. And indeed, by God's providence, Boaz took Ruth as his wife. From this union, God blessed them with a son, Obed, who would later become the grandfather of King David and an ancestor of Jesus Christ. The story of Ruth is one of faithfulness, redemption, and God's divine plan. Ruth, though a Moabite woman, an outsider, was woven into the lineage of Jesus because she trusted in the God of Israel. She lost everything, yet in her obedience, God restored her and gave her more than she could have imagined. Perhaps you too are in a season of waiting. Maybe you face loss, uncertainty, or heartbreak. But let Ruth's story remind you that God is intentional. He sees your faithfulness. He knows your desires. He is the giver of the best gifts, including the right husband. The Bible says in Isaiah 40:31, "But those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Waiting on the Lord is never in vain. If He gave Ruth a Boaz in due time, He will give you what is best for you in His perfect timing. Trust in His plan, for He who orchestrated Ruth's redemption is still at work today.